There's live on here.
It's amazing how many semis are listening. Otherwise, they're on time. Versus coming up here.
The highest volume in the area was Love's till fly today. Yeah, I think they might, they go through, I think they would go through 3 transports a day. That's how much. I mean,
Yeah,
well, how many, I mean, because it's the last place you can get
right.
good price till you get, going west till you get into Iowa. So.
Darren's from the other 2 or the other 3 are.
Give her a pen there, so I have these right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it stuck here tonight or is it there?
I don't know.
Didn't let us know. It'll be a surprise.
I guess we'll, 7:01, might as well get this party started.
Might as well.
January 13th, 2025 Board of Zoning Appeals hearing shall come to order.
Roll call.
Yes, please.
Karen DeForest.
Here.
Landon Brown. Here. Dan Reinhold.
Here.
Kevin Stockwell.
Here.
Doug Smith.
Here.
Please turn your cell phones off or to vibrate. Please keep conversations to a minimum and, when necessary, as quiet as possible. Meetings are recorded. Information concerning the agenda and applications are available on the tables near the entrance. Restrooms are located to the north of the multipurpose room. I don't know why that's still there. Exits are located on the east and west side of the north end of the multipurpose room. Please speak only when at the podium. State your name and address. Address only the chair. Be brief and speak to the topic in discussion. Be mindful there is a speaking time limit. Petitioners will be given a time limit of 10 minutes, and remonstrators will have a time limit of 3 minutes. The way it goes is staff presents a petition. Petitioner speaks for the petition. Members of the public may speak in favor or opposition of the application. Board members may question remonstrators. Petitioner may address questions. No new evidence will be presented. Motion is made in the affirmative. If a second is received, discussion will commence. Amendments will be made. Voting will take place and the result will be announced. The first thing I have is the election of the BZA 2025 officers.
Okay, usually our.
Attorney walks us through that one.
Yeah, but,
We could keep it to the end if you want.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we can move ahead to, well, the next thing is just minutes to approve.
okay, yeah, we got a whole, we're kind of catching up from the second half of the year. I think we have for the pretty much the last 4 meetings.
We didn't have a December meeting, so that would be the rest.
Yeah.
In November, right?
Yes.
August, September, October, November.
Yep.
I was looking.
Okay. Yeah, they're, gotta put it out here if it needs them. Okay. All right, let's just, because there's 4 sets. Is there any additions or corrections to any of the meetings from the August, September, October, November of 24? Okay. Well, I'll entertain a motion to approve all 4 sets as one vote.
Go ahead, Kevin.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call vote.
Karen DeForest.
Yes.
Landon Brown.
Yes.
Dan Reinhold.
Yes.
Kevin Stockwell.
Yes.
Doug Smith.
Yes.
Next thing would be the 2025 BZA meeting schedule.
Okay. Does everyone have a copy of that? All right. Well, they highlighted 2 meetings, the July and the September, because it's technically going to be on the 2nd. Or it's a little later in the month, let's put it away. It's about mid-month instead of like early. So is there any discussion on this? We'll just approve it as presented to us. If not.
So moved as presented.
Okay.
Second.
You want a roll call with that too?
Yes, please.
Karen DeForest.
Yes.
Landon Brown.
Yes.
Dan Reinhold.
Yes.
Kevin Stockwell.
Yes.
Doug Smith.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now we're on for the first one. I've got SC-25-01, Eric Lichtenwald petitions for one special exception for a single-wide mobile home. Special exception is for a single-wide mobile home in agricultural zoning. It's located at 4595 West Bachelor Road, Section 30 of Jamestown Township, map number 7603-30-240-208-000-006. Aerial photo here. Got the site plan shown here. And we got a couple of site photos. Looking from the road. He's looking back the other way. That's all I have.
Okay. What? The petitioner, please come up to the podium if they're ready. Say your name and mailing address for the record, then you can tell us about your project.
Eric Lichtenwald, 22961 Burlington Garden Street, Birchville, Ohio.
All right, tell us why you need a special exception. What's special about your case?
We currently own a mobile home, and we just purchased this property, and we'd like to move it there until build something in the future. We're not ready to build yet.
How long do you think you need?
I'd say 5 years.
Okay. Do you have the proper, like electricity, sewer, water, all those things to hook it up?
Yes, it has. The lot has that. Sewer, water.
Okay. All right, I'll look to the board.
I grab two more chairs.
Yeah, so,
There we go.
oh no, that's the one.
I'll get in the car. Assuming go with questions.
Yes, go ahead.
This is Charlie, question for you. Family dwelling, does that allow a mobile home or no?
Like R1 zoning, I'd have to check on R1, but ag, it's just a special exception. That's what this is.
Because this is the one to the west of it, would be single family. I was just
Yeah,
curious.
single family would be permitted.
I know into that whole strip there, there's a lot of miscellaneous, that's why I was
Yeah.
asking that question.
Yep.
So that's all I have, Doug.
Okay. Kevin?
I guess last you, Charlie, but isn't there if the trailer's over so old, doesn't have to be inspected by Steuben County?
Typically, yes, but state statute actually changed to where we can't discriminate on a mobile home based on its age, to where basically if it's a permitted use, which this is technically permitted, it's just a special exception. And they get their permits, it doesn't really matter the age, as long as they get their permits and go through the proper channels.
So I was right. It was that way at one point.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
You had to contact an engineer, didn't you?
We would send our actual building inspectors to wherever the location of the mobile home was.
That's right. Yeah, you are right.
So I guess I'll ask this then. So how old is the mobile home and what size?
It's a 2018.
What size is it?
Barely 14 by 70.
That's not good.
Karen?
There is a concrete pad on the lot where there was a trailer at one time. That's why there's the sewer, well,
And it's
currently there.
big enough to set this in.
Yep.
It's big enough to set this 14 by 70 on the existing.
We've been clearing some trees and we have more to clear. But my question is, which way can I set it?
Well, if
We'd like,
you have setbacks though too, because it would still take the same setbacks like the five.
Yeah, it would be your 25 feet off your road right away, 5 off the side.
If it
So
got
we're-
approved, then you would have to abide by those.
can we set it long way instead of crossways?
What size is the lot? You have a rough idea on the lot?
That's just a question for Charlie if we approve this.
Yeah.
I mean, let Charlie figure it out.
Yeah, pretty much. You would just talk with our office
Okay.
to go pull the permit to make sure your location setbacks and stuff are okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't have
Okay. I have more questions. I'm going to ask public for their input this time. Is there anyone in the public like to speak in favor of this special exception? See none. Is anyone like to speak in opposition? Well, you can come forward and speak to us if you wish.
Sure.
Bring up your concerns. Get your questions for the petitioner. Name and mailing address, and then you got 3 minutes.
Edward A. Petrie. Know my address,
Yes, please.
4655 West Bachelor Road, Engel, Indiana. Go.
Yep.
Well, me and my wife, we've lived there 31 years now. I'm nervous all of a sudden. But we've seen major improvement the last 5 years on upgrading, that the properties there are getting filled, the houses around there are getting remodeled. It's going upscale big time. Like I said, we've been there 31 years. So nothing personal to him, but we'd hate to see it backtrack a little bit and start with a trailer, because that's what they're moving out of there and building homes. I understand it's 5 years, but that's quite a while. You know, if it was 1 year or less, then maybe, but 5 years, that's too long for me.
Okay.
I just want to see us continue, because also I got 2 properties to the west of me that are open and been for sale for a year. And if he gets his permit, I would be concerned. Somebody said he got it, so why can't we get it and build a couple more trailers beside me? So that's a big concern.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else like to speak? Yeah.
I'm at Sowers, 4665 West Nevada Mills Road, which is across the channel. Would also speak to the fact that the whole area of Nevada Mills, this area we're talking about, has significantly improved over the last 3.5 to 4 years. There are 4 brand new homes in that area. Those homes, for the building cost, are in excess of 600, some to $1.5 million of value in those homes. As you go on down Bachelor Road to the church on the corner and come around the dam to where we are, you see all those changes. A member of the Nevada Mills Church, who just brought the property immediately across from us where there had been an old trailer sitting. We had that torn out, taken away, so that effectively is the last trailer that is in that area. And it had sat there and just sort of become unsightly. So that's gone. And so I would just speak to the fact it's well improved, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Caracardi. I am at 4655 Nevada Mills Road. I'm right next to Ed and Kayleen, across the channel. My biggest personal concern, other than what everybody else has said, is just the improvement in the neighborhood that has happened over the past 4 or 5 years. I plan to sell my home in the next 2 or 3 years, so this is a particular concern to me because I am worried that it's going to affect my property value. And, you know, anybody else that might be in that boat, that would be a concern to them too. So again, it really is nothing personal. It's just, this isn't the direction that the neighborhood has been moving in for the past several years. And I think we all agree, we just want to keep it going the way it's been going. Thank you.
Thank you.
I typed mine up because I knew I'd forget them as soon as I got up there. So members of the Plan Commission, thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I'm Josh Hosbach. My wife and I reside at 4635 West Bachelor Road. We're on a property adjacent to the property being discussed. So we believe that each property owner has a right to deal with their property as they choose. Michelle and I are wrapping up a 5-year transformation of our own property, during which time we built a new house, torn down 2 existing structures, and moved a 3rd. The neighborhood has been very supportive of us in this endeavor. including times when our property was pretty well tore up. So that being said, we spent significant investment of time and money in this. Michelle and I feel that we must do what we can to protect our investment for ourselves and our children. For these reasons, we ask that you do approve this recommendation with the exception or the caveat that it must be removed after 5 years. Thanks.
Thank you. Sir, are you the triangle lot or are you the rectangle one?
We're the big triangle one there.
Okay, to the west.
To the west.
Okay, anyone else like to speak at this time? See, not that part is closed. The petitioner, you can come back and you can address the concerns of the public if you wish. Okay. Sure, go ahead, Kevin.
If he wants to go. Are you gonna live there year round?
You're not.
No.
Okay. As of right now. In 5 years, possibly.
Okay. And then what's your opinion of the gentleman's comment that we put on the stipulation that it's gone in 5 years? What's your thoughts on that?
And I'm okay with that. I understand everyone's concern. We've done some extensive cleaning on the property already, and we have more to take down to the back of the property. We want to set it back as far as we can once there's another 50, 80 feet.
You actually have an acre, hair over an acre, which is large for a lake lot. Okay. I guess that's all I wanted.
Okay, anybody else got any questions, petitioner? Do we have other conditions other than it sunsets in 5 years? Yes. How about you? Okay. All right, entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move we grant petition SE-25-01 for a special exemption to put a mobile home with the condition that it be removed in 5 years.
Second.
Right at the bottom.
Yeah.
Aaron. The last section from Kevin. Okay. Special exception has passed by a 5-0 vote count. So we need to go to the plan office and they can help you do the next steps in getting it placed in there.
Just give us a call tomorrow or stop in and we can help you out.
Same lines.
You can. I'm not. You ready for the next one?
Yep.
P-25-01, Josh Golub, petition for one-dimensional standard variance for an addition. Variance is for a road front setback of 14 9/10 feet rather than the 25 feet required. Located at 4785 South, 150 West, Section 15 of Steuben Township, map number 761115-420-310-000-017. An aerial of the property. Site plan here. Couple of site photos. That's all I have.
Well, I'm Josh Golub, 785 South, 150 West, Pleasant Lake. We're hoping to put an addition on, basically just to extend the entire north wall of our house 10 feet to the north, matching the front of the existing front of the house, so we won't be getting it close to the road or anything like that. For one, because if add on any other direction, the way the roof is pitched would be a story and a half. I'm gonna end up with a terrible valley somewhere in that roof if I can't match these. So we've been there about 18 years. It's a starter home that's gonna turn into a forever home. Had 5 kids while living there, and we just need a little bit more space.
Landon, questions?
So I just am trying to get my orientation right. North wall is the roadside, correct?
No,
The road trip?
What's the, so you're going towards 150 West, right?
No, they're going to the north,
so we're going to the
even with
north.
150, with where they're at now.
If you go back to the site picture,
Basically, that's, north is pointing down on this side.
All right,
Yeah.
I got it.
That's what's confusing.
Yeah.
Turns. You're all right. No, I'm
Karen? Kevin?
my only question, you're 14.9 with the existing house, and you're not going anywhere. I get that. Are you truly 14.9 from the traveled road?
yes.
I'm just curious because
And I haven't measured it. That's what it says on the thing. So if you're I would say I don't even think it's that. It's part time front yard, sidewalk. There's a big tree there.
right.
It could be 14 to the edge of their lot.
What do those surveys take?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then travel portion looks like it's probably at least twice that much further. At least by the aerial here I'm looking at.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got all this area. No, I'm good. I was just checking.
Dan?
Just a single story then.
Yeah. So that's the single story portion of the house. Like I said, we're just going to go straight out to the north 10 feet, which is as far as we can go to keep inside of our setback. And then, keep the existing roof line. It does a weird change in pitch.
Oh, yeah.
It's an odd deal. So if I set it back, or we talked about trying to come off the back corner of the house, and I've had several contractors look at it, and every single one could not figure out a way to do the roof.
Just you.
The contractors that'll answer phone calls. I'm an electrical contractor myself. I know what's going on now.
What you're talking about.
I'm sorry.
I harass him, so he harasses me. Good, Doug.
Okay.
I love you too, Kevin.
All right, okay. I don't have any questions. I'll open up to the public and we'll hear from them. Is there anyone in the public like to speak in favor or opposition to this variance request? Seeing none, we're gonna close that portion. All right.
I think I have one other question though.
Go ahead, Landon.
Your 14.9, is that off the foundation wall or is that off your overhangs?
The map is here.
I would say it's probably foundation wall.
I'm just curious, I know, because those have changed over the last several, I mean, some of those things have been changed.
Yeah, how they measure.
They've got a survey as well that doesn't have the addition drawn on there, and it goes to the actual, I believe, foundation.
Okay, all right.
Would you like to see it?
No, you're okay.
Thank you.
I don't have anything else.
Okay. That's the case, then I'll entertain a motion. So thanks for the discussion's over.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move the petition. It's 25-01 for a road front setback of 14.9 feet as presented.
I'll second that.
Yeah.
Your variance has passed by 5-0 vote count.
Thank you very much.
Called that subdivision last week. No, they park. Yeah, I can see that. Go back there. My, like he's going up a little Billy Goat trails to get back there.
You ready for the next one?
Yes.
V-25-02, Len and Paula Blue, petition for one-dimensional standard variance for an addition. Variance is for a road front setback of 0 feet rather than 25 feet required. Property is located at 580 Lane 150A, Lake James, Section 3, in Pleasant Township, map number 0603-130-108-000-011. GIS aerial here.
Good evening, council members. My name is Lynn Blue, B-L-U-E, and reside currently at 2595 North, 80 West, Angola, Indiana, 6703. And we're requesting this variance for the remodeling of our lake home, which is stuck with a situation where the platted road is not where the road is driven is. The road is driven is further to the east, and the dimensions from the contract, or the contractor's and architect's plan is not going to work out unless we get the variance from the platted road. The main reason for the expansion of the house is as my wife and I get older, we're planning on living there full-time, selling our existing house. And the main reason we're asking for the variance to add the addition to make it more ADA accessible as we get older. And I just ask, do you have any questions?
Okay. All right. Dan, questions?
Charles, question again. How is the impervious coverage on this one?
It's actually, the surveyor actually has that on here and they met that. They've got 44.4% impermeable and 34% building coverage with the addition.
So the way that is on the survey, like that property, well, you can see it up on the map. Like, go back to the one that shows this one, Charlie. There you go. So the one, I guess, to the north, that's not your structure then, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's yours too then?
Yes. And then it's
Gotcha.
been removed.
Okay, so that's just an empty lot then. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense why there's so much room there.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Kevin, questions?
Looking at, understand the whole platted road versus travel road thing. When I first got on here, I was like, what are you talking about? But on your, it looks like the platted road here, if you follow that line, you're not going out any further with the addition than what you are with the current house. That's the way I'm looking at that, correct? Okay. And you're adding on, is that gonna be a garage, so you get in and out easier? Or?
That is, it's going to be an additional garage and redesign of the living room and kitchen and bedrooms.
Tie everything all together. Yeah. Okay. How far is the road from your house? About approximately.
I'm going to ask Chad to come up here and he can do those dimensions.
Sure.
Have those with me.
At Delagrange, 5286, County Road 68, Spencerville, Indiana. The existing house is, I don't think it shows it on yours, but the existing is 22 feet from the overhang to the actual driven road. The new is 32.69 from face of the overhang to the exact edge of the road. So it actually meets the variance if it's as driven.
Right.
And we're not getting any closer, but this addition will help us with an accessibility for their
Right.
lifestyle.
I was, curious, you're not going any further. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, it's really an optical nightmare. It sounds bad when we're asking for a zero setback, but
Right. That's just, I wanted to I understand.
We've had them several times like that.
yeah, it's unfortunate.
About every meeting. But, so.
I currently own one like that too.
So, no, that's what I was wondering, to make sure about, so I'm good.
Aaron? Okay, Landon?
Our setbacks are measured from the foundation. Correct. So you're gonna gain your overhangs back.
Okay.
My question, do you own the opposite side of the road?
Yes.
So have you considered or looked into the possibility of redrawing those lines? So essentially vacating since you own both sides of the road, you could essentially vacate the current setbacks, recenter them on the road and rewrite the road right away to where the traveled road is actually.
We asked about that and about vacating that, and they advised that they've never, in the planning, have never seen that pass.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
So we did, if that,
So I had to vacate. I own both sides. I had a very similar situation in my house, and I had to vacate both sides of the road. I had to vacate and rededicate the road right away based on the current road path It is somewhat more expensive. However, it's probably the appropriate way to do that because you would eliminate any future issues that you would have from your setbacks. Just my 2 cents. I don't have anything further.
Okay. The platted or the road right of way, who has title to that?
The road right of way?
Yeah, the part that we're trying to, we have a zero lot line from. Is that county owned? Is that owned by an association? Is that?
I think the association takes care of it, where the right of way itself, currently the taxes are being paid by Philip Bender and his son or brother-in-law. No, Phil Geisel. It's who's paying the taxes on that property that goes by.
I just asked that because it says proposed well, like right smack dab in the middle of that. That's why I asked that question.
I wasn't even paying attention.
We have those on.
Yeah, I'm just curious because
No, didn't know about that. So I didn't see that.
that's where my question comes from.
It's a private lane, Charlie.
They're privately maintained, what is it, a platted, privately maintained road?
So they basically have to get consent of everybody in the subdivision anymore to
Or association.
remove
You said
the
it's an
inches of.
association.
Yeah, on the road itself.
It's gonna be, probably get construction started October, November.
So follow up with Landon's question because I'm curious, since we went down that rabbit hole.
Thanks, Lane.
Is there a building, you own the lot across the road, is there a building there?
There's a garage there, yes.
So does,
Directly across from our house.
okay, if you move the road, does that make that building too close to the road?
No,
Why not?
I mean, they got like,
Oh, okay, they got huge, the buildings in the back.
I mean, yeah, if they go,
Gotcha.
20 or 30
Yeah,
foot wide,
I do.
there would be no problem with that.
Not that, in all honesty, all these questions about moving the road really doesn't affect me absolutely tonight, but.
No, I didn't. I apologize for getting off the I did have another question though.
Your other questions?
I did have another comment. For Charlie, I suppose, when we go to ADA compliant, like issues with trying to amend to get a property to be more in compliance with ADA compliance, do we not have exceptions for some of these?
We have more leeway.
Particularly, like handicap ramps and things like that, there is a section of the ordinance where it allows to project into the road front setback,
But not actual living.
not the actual structure itself.
So access and egress would be allowed to come into that, but not necessarily the structure itself. That's all I have.
Okay. We have some letters that were sent in. These are letters of non-objection from the Nussbaums, Bill Geis, Art Blue, Narnia Blue, Philip and Phyllis Bender. So everyone wants to see if they're available here amongst the board. So we have some neighbors that are on objection. Is there anyone in the public like to speak in favor or opposition to this special or variance request? Okay, seeing none, that portion is closed. All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move we grant petition V-25-02 a road front setback of 0 feet to Lynn and Paula Blue as presented.
Second that.
This variance has passed by a 5-0 vote count, so. Move on to the project.
Yeah, I think you're under my skin with these.
Kind of poking the bear tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Is Karen and Doug are meek and mild mannered, and everybody else is poking.
Trying to be nice. It's
I know, right?
January. We're just starting the
We
year,
didn't,
so.
We didn't break last time we met, right?
Or on that one.
We have to do the board though.
We voted through again like we already have it, like we did last year, or was that in the last?
That's the motion. Who are the current officers? Obviously, Mr. Smith's the president,
Kevin's
Kevin's
five.
vice, and yes.
I washed the toilets, what do you do?
I just served him.
I mean, you guys good with that?
You can make the motion. I don't know if we get a second or.
I want to make the motion, we just go with our current members in their positions.
There's a second.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, Landon.
Why not? But do we have to have nominate, like, do we have to ask for nominations?
You can confirm, you can reconfirm.
I guess I just don't want to I don't want to force Doug into, don't get me wrong. I just don't want to force somebody to take a position
That's a good point.
that they're not.
Okay, if you want to nominate me and vote for me as president, I'll accept that.
I just wanted to make sure that was,
Yeah.
I'm not putting you on the spot, am I?
that's all I have. If you can continue with your motion.
One second.
I'll second.
Okay,
So that was the fine print on the motion.
that is a legitimate question. You should ask, well, are you willing to serve in this position for another season?
Good heart, Landon.
Sure.
You're not required to consent. I mean, they can name you president. You get your choice either to resign or.
See, there you go, Charlie. You can leave and get like a big old pay, like severance.
BZA severance.
Yeah, $100,000 cash.
Yeah.
I'll take the lead.
So the motion is to retain Mr. Smith as president, Mr. Stockwell as vice president, Karen is secretary. Correct. Second. And it's seconded.
I need to do a roll call. Karen DeForest,
Yes.
Landon Brown,
Yes.
Dan Reinhold,
Yes.
Kevin Stockwell,
Yes.
Doug Smith.
Yes.
Doug's been doing this since I got on. I see no reason to change it.
I was gonna say.
The only reason I got to be vice president is because he left.
Doug is really good with the wayward
You were
Lakers.
secretary with you, Kevin.
When the Lakers bring everything. He's really good.
The volunteers, but
Oh,
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we
We approved it as it was.
we did that in the very beginning.
I just had a question. Why in September?
They, 2 weeks bumped for the holiday. That's basically, it's a week that doesn't have, it's a 5-day week. It's basically what it came down to. That was it.
I questioned, I thought about it. The September one, I could understand for the July, but yeah, I was
I
like,
said a lot of
eh.
people are here and I
Yeah.
think they'd stay over a couple of days if they could. But it's okay to make it.
Yeah, I don't really
Bill's
care.
got room in his cottage. He can have a couple people stay.
This isn't like Mackinac Island. If you go after the day after Labor Day, it's like you could bowl the city streets in the middle of the day. I mean, this Steuben County is really hot until we get to almost Halloween.
That's true.
Mhm.
I mean, there's
There's trash.
The people that come up on the travel from Chicago, like, or Indianapolis, they're here already.
Yeah,
They need a variance, they come back.
pretty much.
We're seeing somebody.
10,000 square foot home, they can afford the gas to come back.
I think there's more people here more of the year than there ever has ever been.
Yes, I agree.
Especially when people are having million and a half dollar properties. They probably don't want to pay taxes on another house somewhere
Well,
else.
that's why our cell phones drop and don't work during that time.
Or our internet, yeah.
Yeah, there's all these people. That's how Charlie gets paid the big bucks.
Totally. The demographics for Steuben County that weighs on the age, student population and growth in population a lot.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not the great angle my son's in. He has fewer students now than way back when I went to school 40 years ago. Fewer students per grade at Angola now than was 40 years ago.
Yeah, well, it's that way for Heights also.
Cal is.
Oh, Bill's waiting for us to adjourn.
I'm just waiting for a motion to.
Yeah, to adjourn.
Motion that we stay another 20 minutes.
Stay here waiting for time, or they.
No, Prairie Heights is the same way, but my class is the largest.
Did we wrap too much habit on the lane?
My grandkids, they got kids, we got 100.
Very good.
Sure, but it's growing.
This month.
At 7:47.
My son runs around with, they got 4 kids, another one's got 4 kids.
I'm writing it on there so then if ever. I know.
Time down.
It seems